Hey, my name is Danny. Today, welcome to our first episode of AperTrotter. Today we're actually going to be reviewing a couple action cams. And in the featherweight corner, we have the Safari 4 HD and the GoPro Hero. In the main event heavyweight division, we have the GoPro Hero6 and the Sony X3000. And we're actually right here at Fast Track Indoor Karting in Edmonton here, and let's go test it out. So we're going to be showing you guys some footage from the action cams. They're going to be slightly graded a little bit with color and exposure corrections. Side-by-side footage will be straight out of camera and in the camera's natural default color settings, as well in their highest setting.
Danny, suit up.
So first up, we have the GoPro Hero and the Safari 4 HD.
Four-wheel pistol. Oh, sorry.
So a few features between the GoPro Hero and the Safari 4 HD. First thing is the Safari is not stabilized, whereas on the GoPro Hero there is some digital stabilization built into it. They're both at their highest setting, the GoPro at 1440 at 60 frames per second, and the Safari at 1080 60 frames per second. The GoPro Hero is actually waterproof without the housing as well. It does come waterproof straight out of the box. The Safari 4, it is waterproof with the housing only. The Safari 4 has actually slow motion built into it as well at 120 frames per second. You do have to scale down to about 720p. However, on the other hand, the GoPro Hero has no slow-mo built in at all whatsoever. And because it is 2018, both of these cameras, the GoPro Hero and the Safari 4, do have Wi-Fi included as well. So you can import the photos and videos straight to your phone through their proprietary software app. The GoPro Hero actually does have voice command, whereas the Safari 4 does not. Alright, so on to the good bits now. What is it going to cost you? The GoPro Hero has a price of about $280. This is Canadian dollars, by the way. Does come with some basic accessories, and the Safari 4, coming at almost a third the price at $100, comes with quite a bit more accessories. The amount of accessories the Safari 4 comes with is equivalent to about $200 worth on the GoPro Hero side of things. Looking at the side-by-side footage between the two cameras, the GoPro Hero and the Safari 4, we are noticing that the Safari 4 does seem to be a little bit more warmer side of things, as well more true-to-life kind of colors. On the GoPro Hero, it seems to be a little bit cooler and a little bit flatter as well. I am actually noticing the Safari 4 does seem to be a little bit sharper, a little bit crisper in terms of details, which is surprising considering that GoPro Hero is 1440. And so far, just from the side-by-side comparison, just from these two, it seems the Safari 4 seems to be the better performing camera at a third the cost. And on to the main event of the evening. We have in one corner the GoPro Hero6, and in the other corner we have the Sony X3000. Some tandems this way. Oh, it's a blast out here. Woo! Woo! Alright, so Sony X3000 and the GoPro Hero6. So on the X3000 you got 4K at 30 frames per second. On the Hero6, 4K at 60 frames per second. Both of them are stabilized, however the GoPro not at 4K, at 2.7K and below. And on the X3000 you have full optical stabilization, otherwise aka known as the BOSS, Balanced Optical Steady Shot. So on to the fun good bits now. The Sony X3000 and the Hero6 both have slow motion built into the cameras. On the X3000 you have 1080p at 120 frames per second, as well as 720p at 240 frames per second. On the GoPro side of things, it is 2.7K at 120 frames per second, or at full 1080 at 240 frames per second. So between the two, the Hero6 is a step above in resolution and frame rates in slow motion. The Sony X3000 is splash proof. It is also waterproof with the housing, and the GoPro Hero 6 is waterproof as is built in. And pricing now. On the Sony X3000 it is $500 for the unit. The GoPro Hero 6 is $530 for the unit. And being the mainstream action cam for so long and being around for so long, they have plenty of third-party native accessories for it. However, another important thing to note is the Sony X3000, you can purchase an adapter to use the GoPro Hero accessories. Now onto color. On the Sony X3000, we are noticing it is still on the cooler side, but the colors are more real, true to life. On the Hero 6, it is a little bit flat, but at the same time the yellows seem to be quite a bit more vibrant, almost too in your face. So, in conclusion, between these two cameras, in the heavyweight division, the X3000 and the Hero 6, are noticing that the X3000 is outperforming the GoPro Hero 6 at the highest setting due to its stabilization for the most part. Especially when we're go-karting out here, the up and down motions, the vibrations, it is doing a really good job of smoothing it out. It is making the difference in this footage that we're showing in the side-by-side comparison. And that is despite the Sony being a few years older than the GoPro Hero 6. So, which of these cameras do you guys prefer? Let us know in the comments below.
Style point. Woo!
Thank you guys all for watching this video. As you just seen, we've just done about 50-60 laps with the Fast Track staff here. I'd just like to thank Dan from Fast Track and the rest of the Fast Track staff here for being very accommodating with the facility, showing up here at 8 in the morning, helping us set up for our shoot. I'd also like to thank Gentek for the Safari cameras, McBain Camera for lending us the GoPros, and as well Sony for the FD-R X3000 camera as well.
Remember kids, smooth is fast and fast is pro.